Zhang Weili versus Rose Namajunes, and I want to get your takes on it because I got a lot to say about this one.
Now, for me, it was weird because I was really looking forward to this fight. It was two classy, really talented athletes coming
Yeah,
into a very, very, very high anticipated bout, and then it got played with some comments regarding communism, um, and things like that. Now,
yeah,
that will that will bring some bad blood coming into the fight, whether they want to admit it or not. So, with the added fuel to the fire, I feel as though Rose performs a little better when she has some coals in her furnace. I feel as though
yeah,
she gets faster, she gets stronger, she gets more bouncy on the feet, more fluid. She becomes a bit of a different striker when she has something to fight for. I feel as though she can do wonderful things on the ground. She can armbar, she can give you a submission, but I feel as though her bread and butter is standing up. And if Whaley takes her down with the added muscle, the added bulk, I feel as though Whaley can keep her there if she really wants to keep her title.
yeah. You know, when I heard the comments that Rose made, what it reminded me of was the press conference between Weili Zhang and Joanna, where Joanna was talking and talking and talking, and Weili just said, "Shut up." Like, to me, Rose is kind of picking at straws. Rose is picking at straws because if you look at Weili Zhang, she's never really brought anything about politics. She hasn't even really commented back on what Rose has said. I feel like Rose is trying to find something in this fight that she can get that edge off, and I don't think it's really
Yeah,
there. I think I heard her like in an interview with Hawani talking about it, and it even seemed as though that she kind of wanted to backtrack it because she realized that Weili Zhang is just not the person she's describing, but she also wanted to hold on to it because it is this fuel. She's already said it, and look, I'm such a big fan of Rose. Like, I think she is one of the most technically gifted strikers in that division, but I think she might have lost a step. Like, I think she just might have lost a step because I look back at her last fight against Andrade, and even though she won the rematch, she was getting clipped by shots I don't think she would have taken last time. I mean, Andrade broke her nose in that fight. She didn't come out of that unscathed. You know, in the first fight against Andrade, she was piecing her up. Like, it wasn't even close until the, drop, until she got slammed on her head. In this fight, it looked like maybe make it 5 rounds and, Andrade could have just one big swing and take her out and Rose will just be there. And what that shows to me is if she goes against Weili Zhang, who is strong, who knocked out Andrade in the first round of their fight, who has just gone against an elite striker in Joanna, and Joanna was on peak form versus uh, Weili Zhang in that fight. I think she's going to learn from that fight, and I think she's gonna break Rose. I believe she's gonna break Rose. I got big predictions in these fights, but I think Whaley is breaking
yeah,
Rose, man.
yeah. See, for me, I totally disagree. I agree with the beautiful Valentina Shevchenko, the brother. I'm gonna quote her
Ooh,
on
yep,
something she said.
yep,
Um, she did say, "I know Rose and I train with her, so I'm gonna say that if Rose is gonna be in the same physical and mental condition that I know of her, she is gonna win easily." Now,
oof,
I agree with this prediction because in watching the Joanna versus Wei Li fight, I saw a dog fight. I saw
yeah,
a lot of punishment taken, and that was her last fight. We haven't seen her in and out in since. Now she took a lot of
yep,
damage that could reflect in this fight. She could get clipped, she could get dropped. We don't know what her chin's like after 5 rounds of taking licks from Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Um, not only is that interesting, but it's also interesting that Andrade is um is a power punch. She's a powerhouse. She clipped
yeah,
Rose, and Rose didn't drop. Rose didn't drop. She there was big power difference in that fight. I must
yeah,
admit between Rose and Andrade, and she didn't drop. So Rose's chin, I'm here for it. I can see
yeah,
this being a Brandon Moreno versus Figgy, where in regards to there's a power difference, but there's also a difference in um heart, and there's a difference in just determination to win, to get to the end of the fight. I feel as though we will see a turn of events in that fight. We will see someone take over. And
Yeah.
what matters is if that person that takes over, can they finish? Because I feel as though the person taking over will be Weili, and I feel as though Rose will get the first three. Rose will get the first three, and then she'll start to feel that power, and it will take its toll.